again. Broc is back. Tell a friend. Yeah. I'm back, baby. I'm back. It's been a long time. Long time. But I thought since I launched this podcast around this time last year, that on the second day of June, it would only be appropriate to release the next episode. And we're here. Hair looking a little dry. I think my bun is kind of everywhere. I probably look a little tired in the face. But we're here. And you know how some of them churches say, come as you are? That's exactly what this podcast is as well. Come as you are. This is a safe place for you to be. And I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here with me. I appreciate it. When I said I was looking tired in the face, that made me think of one of the things that I can't stand. And that is when people say you walk into work. Maybe you didn't have the greatest morning, or maybe you had a fantastic morning. And someone says to you, you look a little tired. I don't know why, but that really chaps my hide. Because one, what type of conversation are you trying to have? Telling someone they look tired is far from a compliment. So what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say? The conversation could go one of two ways, the way I see it. The way I handle it now is just always say yes. I am so tired. And I keep it pushing. Because you're going to say yes, and then they're going to ask you why you are. Why would you want to know why someone was tired? Be better at conversation. Okay? Be way better at conversation. Okay, so I don't want to tell you why I'm tired if I'm tired. And if I say, no, I'm not tired, then what? Now I'm just thinking I look tired all day? What I'm trying to say is there's no point in the conversation. The conversation can't really go anywhere productive. So why are you saying that? Why do people say that to people? Don't say that. Don't tell people they look tired. This is not a rant podcast. But sometimes the tangents are just too good. They're too good. But be better at conversation, okay? Be better. Be more interesting. Please. Be way more interesting. But yeah, I probably do look a little tired though, just because I didn't sleep much last night. I have some big life changes coming up, so I was up thinking about those things, and so I just watched some movies while I was sitting on my couch. I watched The Equalizer 3. I haven't seen it yet. Surprising, I thought I had, but I didn't. And then I watched the first one because that might be one of my all-time favorite franchise, I think is the word, of movies. Oh, oh, Denny Denzel is the absolute man, and those movies are great. I love those movies. So yeah, I watched those. And is it me and my TV, or is there a problem with volume level in movies now? And I'm not a huge movie watcher. I've been on like kind of like a movie kick as of late, and it's not even like a really. It's a kick for me. It's not really a kick. I just haven't been binge watching movies, but I watch way more movies than I ever have, which is probably like 3 in the last 3 months. But still, like I said, it's a kick for me. But yeah, these movies, it's like I constantly have to adjust the volume throughout the movie. It's either way too quiet or way too loud. And it can be within the same scene. And it's like, figure out how to just have it level throughout the entirety of the movie. I don't want to have the remote in my hand and have to constantly adjust the volume. I just want to smack on popcorn the whole time, or whatever I'm eating during the movie, or whatever I'm doing. I don't want the remote in my hand. I just don't want to adjust the volume the whole time. And it could just be me. Maybe I'm the problem. Shout out to Morgan Wallens.
Starring the racist ass Melly Gibsons.
I know, but I am a new Morgan Wallen fan. I haven't listened to his music in the past, but I gave this album a try. And when I tell you that John has been on repeat, it's an understatement. I can't stop listening to it. And shout out to my boy Landon, who sent it to our group chat, because I probably, and Theo Vaughn, because I saw Morgan Wallens on Theo Vaughn's podcast, and I was like, you know what? When this album comes out, I'm gonna give it a try, because he seems all right. And then my boy Landon sent a song in our group chat, and I clicked play. I was like, oh, this is nice. Forgot about it. A week later, listened to the whole album. The rest is history. Rest is history. I've been only wearing cowboy boots. That's not true. But I've worn my cowboy boots for absolutely no reason at all. A lot lately. Just really getting in the spirit of it. But yeah, man. I really wish movies would fix that volume so that I don't have to click my little Roku remote the whole entire time. That would be appreciated. Fix it. But yeah, man, we're back. We're back in saddle. We're back in saddle. And it's June. May came by on a fighter jet. Talking about I don't even know if that's even close to what a fighter jet sounds like, but you get the picture. It flew by. In other words, I feel like this year is flying by, honestly. But yeah, I mean, it's been a year since I started this thing. So this is the first time I have attempted to record an episode since probably January. I think I recorded 2 episodes at the end of last year that I didn't release, and then 1 episode at the beginning of this year, probably in January sometime, that I didn't release. I just never got around to it. It's been a wee bit busy. But like Marshall Mathers asked, guess who's back? My answer is Broc's back. But yeah, man, it's June. I hope everybody's been working on their summer tans and whatnot. Getting outside and getting that vitamin D. There's really nothing like the summertime. Like when the weather starts warming up, it's like I just come alive. I cannot stand being cold. So when that sun starts, when he starts, Lieutenant Dan crawling back into our lives. Did Lieutenant Dan crawl? I'll add that. I'll add Forrest Gump to my movie watch list. But anyways, once that weather starts warming up, I just feel so good. I feel like a flower at bloom, and that must be what flowers feel like when they finally just creep up and they blossom. That's what I feel like. I feel like I'm blossoming, if that's a word, when that spring sun comes back to join us. Wow, this is boring. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This is my podcast. This is my life. I'm going to talk about my life and my experience of this world through the lens of these two eyeballs and of this consciousness. Because that's all I can do. You're only going to experience the world in one way. So that's all you have to really go on. So guess what? This podcast is a look inside my world and my point of view of it. So yeah, I've been outside enjoying it. Hope you have too. Hope we have a safe summer. Hope nothing crazy happens, even though it's like every time we turn around, something is just. But life is going to life. The world is going to world. And I'm a firm believer in that there's infinitely more good than bad. But the bad things in our society, for whatever reason, just get more traction and more attention. And so, like I was talking to my grandparents, watching the news with them the other night, I was like, have y'all noticed that there hasn't been a good story? I was probably watching it with them for like 30 minutes or so. And I, I can't stand the news for this reason. But I was like, there hasn't been one good story. And I think it was like Memorial Day or close to Memorial Day. And then almost simultaneously of me saying that, I kid you not, for less than 15 seconds, the man starts by saying, in good news tonight, and then showed some sort of memorial service for some veterans, and it was less than 15 seconds. I would even say less than 10 seconds, and it was gone, and it was right back to murder, homicide, whatever, whatever, whatever. And I was like, yo, this is crazy. And I wished people wouldn't spend so much time paying attention to that stuff, because I feel like it can be detrimental to your outlook on the world. Say you're trying to develop a positive mindset, definitely don't watch the news, because it's going to make it more challenging for you, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But it's just wild. All we can do is keep on keeping on and make sure that our world around us is good and it's looking good, and doing everything in our control to help make that happen. That's all you can do. Because like I said, again, you only experience the world through your lens, through your windows of your soul and your consciousness. So I believe it's very good to have good habits in the upkeep of that, if that makes sense. And I was thinking actually a couple days ago that kind of goes right with this. I've learned in the last little while that a surefire way to not block your blessings is to put some things and some people at a distance. Loving people from a distance is sometimes what's best for you. And although it can be hard, I feel like it is pivotal to getting to where you need to be if that person needs to be or if that thing needs to be put at distance. You know the saying that like you are the sum of the 5 people you hang around the most. I'm a firm believer in that. Like there's been several instances in my life to where something that I thought would never happen to me happened to me. And then once it happened, I looked around and I was like, well, this just happened to this person and that person and that person who I hang out with often. And it's just kind of crazy, but I'm a firm believer in it. So if you're hanging out with someone who is always constantly negative or always has some chaotic situation going on, look at your life and it's probably going to be, if not parallel, very close to it, to what they got going on. And a few months ago, I had that realization and I was like, let me put some space in between some situations and or some people. And shortly after I did that, along with focusing on where I want my life to go and what I want my life to look like, things started to happen in alignment with that, in alignment with where I want my life to go, what I want it to look like. I was thinking the other day because, like I said, life changes are coming up and it is a fantastic opportunity and it's something I've been praying for. And I'm not sure that it would have happened had I kept doing what I was doing or surrounding myself with the things and people that I was surrounding myself with. I'm not sure that it would have happened or I would have been prepared to step into it if I hadn't put the Heisman on some things, put them at arm's length or a little further, TBH, and focused on what I'm trying to do. And like I said, it can be hard because breaking a habit or hurting somebody's feelings is uncomfortable, but growth is uncomfortable. So if you're comfortable, more than likely you're not growing. And that's the whole point of this thing, is to keep growing, because you either grow or you die. Grow or die. Grow or die. I'm trying to grow until the end of this marathon. I'm trying to continuously learn and grow and get better and better and better. And it can still be all love, it can still be warm feelings from you towards people, situations, etc., etc. It doesn't have to be a complete severing of whatever. But like I said earlier, it's loving from a distance. Still got plenty of love for said people. said things, but it is love from over here. I ain't finna go over there. I'm gonna stay right here and send my love over that way. I'm a telegraph it to you. You'll get it in the mail by Tuesday, but I am not taking my happy behind over there where you are because I got to get on down the road. Oh, me. Long story short, don't block your blessings by surrounding yourself with people and or things that aren't aligned with your life goals or where you want to be or what you want your life to look like. Don't do it. Just don't block your own blessings. And I think that's one way that we do block our blessings is by surrounding ourselves with the wrong things and or people. I think this one's only going to be 30 minutes because I got other stuff to do. But it's good to be back. I'm not going to promise consistency. I'm not going to promise anything other than there will be more episodes sometime in the future. I don't know when. I don't know anything but that. So, yes, stay tuned, if you will. And I guess I'll leave you with a little bit of words of encouragement. You don't have to have everything figured out. This one wasn't even funny, huh? I got serious. But it's real. Anyways, what I was trying to say was you don't have to have everything figured out to move forward. I love the phrase progress over perfection because over the long run, progress is what's going to get you to where you want to be. So, progress to me is built on consistent steps. It could be very small, consistent steps, but consistency is the key with, I would go out on a limb and say anything and everything. But as long as you're taking consistent steps in the direction that you're trying to go, you're going to get there eventually. And it doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to have everything figured out. But you do have to make consistent progress in that direction that you're trying to go. That consistent progress is going to build confidence. It's going to give you evidence that you can do this. If you're knocking off small goals, you're gonna keep building your confidence. And then if you have confidence and belief in yourself, I hope that everyone at some point has experienced that. And once you have that, you're an unstoppable force, baby. You're unstoppable. So wherever you're at, whatever you're trying to achieve, break it down into the smallest of the smallest steps, something that you can do every single day, and just keep chipping away. Keep swinging that axe. Keep swinging that axe. You got it. All right. I'll end there. But man, nice little pod session there. Anyways, I'll see you next time. I'll see you when I see you. Thanks for being here and now. And until next time, as always, peace and love.